Welcome back to the Drive Planning Knowledge Center. I'll be your host today, Anthony Ornella, Managing Director of Drive Planning Florida. Today we're going to be discussing the private reserve strategy as it's applied to car buying, something that a lot of us are going to do over our lifetime. And oftentimes there is no money to be made in purchasing a car. Structuring your finances the right way through the private reserve, let's investigate how much money there is to be made. Again, we'll come back to the contact information before it's all said and done. And if you have not checked out the Drive Planning YouTube channel, please do, especially videos involving the private reserve strategy that really help you to grasp the concepts behind the numbers that we're going to be talking about today. So let's jump right in and talk about some conventional methodologies of car buying. You have the cash buyer and you have the financer. With this, we're going to assume in all three of these situations, you have a $30,000 tank ready to deploy to buy this vehicle. In the cash option, you're going to pay $30,000. You're not going to owe any interest, but your account balance is going to be zero. In the financing option, you're going to borrow a loan of $30,000, and you're going to pay 5% interest rate, which is going to be $4,787 over a 6-year time span. But you're going to remain in control of your $30,000 in your savings account. Now, in the cash option, you are going to elect to contribute what you would pay in interest and principal back into your savings account. So $483 every month for 72 months. Over here in the loan option, you're going to pay $483 in interest and principal for borrowing that $30,000. Now, we've elected to go with a 72-month time span because that is the length of time that most Americans on average hold on to a new car or a purchased vehicle. So at the end of 6 years, you have sell the car and you make $12,000 off the sale of the car. So in both of these options, you have restored your money. You've saved the money that you spent down, and you get tack on $12,000. So with that, you've got $46,787 to deploy for your next car buying experience. In the loan, you kept your $30,000. You make the $12,000 back from the sale of the car. That leaves you with $42,000 because you've borrowed the $30,000 and you're paying the interest. It's a little bit less than the cash option. So you can have this argument all day long. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a better way of doing things, a more efficient way to bank, and that is using your private reserve to purchase your vehicle. Same deal. You have a $30,000 purchase price. That interest rate, again, it's important to note, this doesn't function as an amortized loan. However, for ease of comparison, we are going to just assume that you're going to pay it back like a traditional loan. And it's going to run you the same amount. The only difference here is your account balance is never drawn down. You borrow the money from yourself via a collateralized loan. Your institution puts a lien on your $30,000, and that $30,000 is going to earn, on average, 5% return over those 6 years. Now, with that account is going to grow in 6 years to $40,471. You're going to make payments on that loan back to yourself monthly, just like you would over here, just like you would over here. We'll dive into why that's important in a minute. You're going to sell the car again. This time, after year 6, you are left with $52,471. Now, why is it more? Where did that number come from? Well, you have the internal growth of the account. So you've netted just under $10,500 of internal growth on your account. You've sold the car. So here you have $22,500. So where are we getting this extra $32,000? Well, it's because of the payments. You are paying the interest back to the institution that has the lien on your on your account. However, the underlying principal payments that you are making on this is going to reduce the lien on your $30,000. So you're paying yourself back with each car payment. That is reducing the lien and increasing your collateral ability again. So at the end of 6 years, you've not only restored your lien, netted some growth, and sold the car to give you $52,471 as opposed to these two numbers. So on the surface, there is a small differential in the numbers. However, when you break down what you're actually creating There's the power. So how much money was made in these situations? Well, in the cash option, you are a negative $18,000. You didn't make money in this situation. You spent $30,000 and you made $12,000 back, and then you saved. So there was no money being made in this situation. You had to save back the money you spent down. So you're still a negative $18,000 on that situation. In the loan, it's even more. With the loan, you have a $30,000 loan plus the interest minus the sale of the vehicle. So you're at negative $22,787. But with the private reserve strategy, you're a positive $5,684. How do you get to that? Well, simple calculation. It's internal growth minus the interest. You are paying $4,787, but you have grown over $10,000 in that same time period. And so at the end of 6 years, you've actually made $5,600 using the private reserve strategy as opposed to these other two methods. So when we're talking about a more efficient way to bank, this is what we're talking about. Now you can make the argument, well, I still have my $30,000 over here. But unless you're going to put that at risk and try to make money off of that money, you can end up losing more through this methodology than you would. This is good and consistent growth that is protected and guaranteed to grow over that time period, tax-free, which is a huge component of the private reserve. So when you're out there buying your car, consider a better way to bank. Let's get back to the drive planning page here. Rewatch the video, went through the numbers pretty fast. Check out our YouTube channel for more information. Connect with us on social media to stay up to date with the best financial education available. This is the Drive Planning Knowledge Center signing off.